Reliance Foundation Chairman Nita Ambani.
An IOC member, a proud Indian and an ardent cricket fan, I am delighted that IOC members have voted to include cricket as an Olympic sport in the LA Summer Olympics 2028. Cricket is one of the most loved sports globally and the second most watched. For 1.4 billion Indians, cricket is not just a sport, it's a religion. So I'm delighted that this historic resolution was passed at the 141st IOC session taking place right here in our country in Mumbai. The inclusion of cricket in the Olympics will create deeper engagement for the Olympic movement in newer geographies and at the same time provide a boost to cricket's growing international popularity. I thank and congratulate the IOC and the LA Organizing Committee for their support to this landmark decision. It's truly a day of great joy and jubilation.
Absolutely, truly a day of great joy and jubilation. Vinaya continues to be with us on the broadcast. Vinaya, so two members of the IOC opposed this resolution. So it was a thumping majority, as you pointed out, which has led to this historic decision of the IOC. Take us through the entire voting process, and at the same time, this is a huge boost to India as a global sporting power.
Well, absolutely, Ayushman. This is a huge boost for India and for the cricketing culture here. We have been a massive fan base of cricket, and remember, cricket returns to Olympic after a gap of over a century, and that is why there is an excitement on that count as well. In fact, as we saw that Karl Stoss, who was speaking, he's the chair of Olympic Program Commission, who put forth that proposal saying how cricket was a part of Olympics way back in Paris in the year 1900 and how cricket has more than 2.5 billion fans worldwide. He went ahead to say that world's foremost athletes were also cricketers, and how India had a huge sporting culture, how cricket was such a massive sport here, and that is why it was something that LA 2028 was quite keen on. In fact, it was this pitch that was put forth by the LA 2028 team, a very strong pitch for the inclusion of five sports, including cricket, that paved the way for voting during that IOC meeting, and that is why we see that was a very strong pitch that led to voting. Finally, there was talk about the athletic quota as well for LA. It was discussed about how that athletic quota will move way beyond 10,500 athletes, which is currently the quota, and there was a talk about how dedicated venues might then have to go outside LA as well to California in order to make sure that the entire delegation and athlete quota would be included. So all these discussions and deliberations went on after a strong proposal that was put forth by the LA 2024 team. Karl Stoss, who's the chair of Olympic Program Commission, and thereafter it was accepted, voted for in majority by the IOC. Two members voted against it, some abstained, but at the end of it, the proposal was passed. Back to you.
Right, and Vinay, at the same time, while we are currently enjoying the entire World Cup face-off in the ODI 50-over format, this is likely to be in the T20 format. The Olympic cricket games will be in the T20 format. That's what we are learning. At the same time, this will kick off in Los Angeles, America, not really a cricketing nation, but they have 5 years to develop that infrastructure.
I've started playing it here, so by the time I get home, I hope I can remember how to play.
Well, absolutely. You can see right now Eric Garcetti, who's US ambassador to India, is also speaking about it. In fact, he spoke about how LA's bid for a proposal for inclusion of cricket was a huge boost. We saw Eric Garcetti speak about how it was a big moment really for India and for LA as well. which is hosting the 2028 Games, and where cricket will be a part of the Olympic movement. So clearly a lot of buzz around this whole decision of the inclusion of cricket in Olympics finally after a gap of almost 23 years. Remember, the last time cricket was played in Olympics was in 1900 in Paris, after which there has been a long gap, and finally today the IOC has decided that cricket will be a part of all the 5 new games which have been included to be further added to the list of games that will be a part of Olympics. So clearly a huge moment for India particularly, because remember, India has been trying to pitch for this for quite some time. In fact, we have been quite vociferous about supporting cricket and trying to make sure that cricket would be a part of it as well. Back to you.
Right. So in 2028, the boys in blue have a date with Los Angeles to clinch Olympic gold. So that is the historic decision coming in from the IOC. Thank you, Vinaya, for joining us on the broadcast.